From the paperclip at Martinsville to the high banks, the most unpredictable track on earth. It is the Talladega Superspeedway for round 10 of 15. Here are your standings going into this race. The top 6 in the points are virtually locked in based on points. No matter where they finish today, they will be racing for a championship in the next 5 weeks. Ty Gibbs, Keselowski, Buescher, those guys not yet locked in, but so close that if they finish well enough today, they might as well be considered locked in. Many drivers here in their own respected point situation. We're going to have to see who is in the most trouble out of them all. We're going to have a lot of drivers to talk about here pre-race. It's about a 6-car battle for the final spot in the playoffs. After today, we'll see who the 12 drivers will be to fight for a championship and who will have a chance to join Harvick, Hamlin, Busch, and Chastain up on our stand going down the backstretch. Who will be able to hoist the trophy at season's end, we'll see. And we have one of them right here, Joey Logano, a must-win situation after what happened at Martinsville. If he doesn't get dumped by Josh Berry going into the final corner on the final lap, he very well could point his way in today. But after getting spun around and basically finishing dead last among all lead lap cars, he is in the must-win. And then Ross Chastain, your defending series champion. He's 24 points below the cut line, partly a fault of his own as he has caused quite the rivalry between him and Ryan Blaney, who is also below the cut line. He was the runner-up in the standings last season. Let's get to talk to him right now. Here he is, 14 below the cut line. He's above Chastain in points, but we'll have to see what he'll be able to do. Never count out the 12 at Talladega. However, he is not confident with his car today. He feels Penske might have underperformed with their cars this week. Moving on to our next driver here, we got Martin Truex Jr., last week's winner. He is 14 points to the good. Can he hold on to that spot? We'll have to see what he'll be able to do here at Talladega. Does not have a good track record with these sorts of tracks, but we'll have to see if he'll be able to come through and perform or at least survive to make it into the playoffs. And then there's Chase Briscoe, who is 22 points below the cut line. He's looking for a good day today. All 4 of his SHR teammates look strong together in practice, but all of them are separated except for him and the 4 during qualifying, so we'll see if they'll be able to find each other on track. And we see Kyle Busch here, 15 points to the good. He won earlier in the season in Phoenix. We're going to see if he'll be able to bounce back from his uncomfortable points position right now. Again, only 15 to the good. We'll see what he'll be able to do here at Dega. As the cars roll off here, Cindric sits on pole with Michael McDowell on the front row. Those two out of the playoff fight, as well as Noah Gragson, who sits third, and to his outside and fourth is William Byron. He is also not locked in and very well could get knocked out today if he does not have a good day. With Hamlin and Keselowski in row number 3 right behind them. And then we got Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace, last season's Daytona 500 winner. Look out for him. He might be a threat here today. And then Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon in row number 5. And then we got Chris Buescher and Daniel Suarez. Suarez didn't have that good of a season this season, so absolutely out of the playoff fight. And Chris Buescher, of course, one of the drivers that are in. And we also cannot count out Chase Elliott, the defending Daytona 500 winner of this season. So we'll see what he'll be able to do. Of course, Joey Logano in that must-win situation. Talladega is always a place where you can see the 22 up front, no matter who he is racing against. And we got a lot of other notable drivers in this field, like Shane Van Gisbergen making his second Superspeedway start in this series. He'll be full-time next season in the number 88 Trackhouse machine, so that'll be fun to watch. Joey Gase making another start here in this series. It's been a while since we've seen him. Glad to see him back. Unfortunately, he is in the 44, though. And here are your race facts, sponsored by Spoiler Diecast. Austin Cindric sits on pole, 13 laps here around this track, 36 cars in the field, and Kurt Busch was the last winner of this race. And if you head on over down to Spoiler Diecast and use code AAPCS, you'll get 5% off and free shipping on all orders that are $20 or more. It has been a stellar regular season, and we're looking to end it here at Talladega. Green flags in the air. Cindric and McDowell lead us down into turn number 1. McDowell, as you saw, dropped down to that bottom lane. He's going to get the Fords behind him. Cindric, and Gragson lead the bottom lane as William Byron's getting a shove from Brad Keselowski along the outside. We'll see if he'll be able to get back up. Oh, we got trouble already. Chastain goes around. Ross Chastain, your defending series champion, goes for a spin coming off of turn number 4. This could spell trouble for his title defense. We're going to take a look at it here. Oh my goodness, he got loose coming off of turn number 4. You can see Buescher is pushing him. I'm not sure if there was any contact there. He's just outside of the frame to where we can't see it. Man, I can't tell if Buescher just got on him or if Chastain just got loose on his own. Either way, his title defense is definitely in jeopardy. We're seeing that maybe Buescher had some contact, but we'll have to confirm it later on. But we see the choose cone here. We're going to have the Fords on the inside. Keselowski's still choosing to push the 24 of Byron. We'll see how that'll end here today. Green flags back in the air. Michael McDowell leads us back down to the line. Byron a little squirrely off the nose of Keselowski. He'll be able to keep it straight. McDowell a little squirrely as well, but he'll keep it straight as the pack thunders off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Cindric giving a shove to the 34 of Michael McDowell. Byron's trying to get alongside the 34 there with the help of Keselowski. McDowell tries to block it. Now he's stuck in the middle. Now deserted as he gets help from Austin Dillon further back in the pack. Cindric's going to try and block the top lane. That's going to allow Gragson to get back down to the bottom. He's going to have the 11 of Hamlin pushing him with the 23 of Wallace as Cindric is now starting to fall back. As we see Byron and Keselowski, they're trying to get to the rear bumper of the 2. The 10 blocks the 2, and the eyesight starting to get going as the Toyota's on the bottom lane. They're trying to make something work with Wallace. Oh, and they're going to ditch Cindric. Cindric along the outside. He's going to get left out to dry. Logano and the SHR cars are going to pick him up after that as Gragson gets back down to the bottom, and he's going to start surging ahead with the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And oh, we got trouble! William Byron tumbling down the backstretch side over side, coming to rest on his lid on the backstretch of Talladega, and an absolute sledgehammer hit for the 24 of William Byron as he tumbled down the backstretch. Red flag is out on the front stretch as the cars sit. William Byron turtled on the entrance to number 3. As we take a look at the replay here, wow! What a tumble for the 24 of William Byron. And this is 2 races now that William Byron has flipped at Talladega. Oh my goodness, look at that car go. As we take a look at the replay again here in a slower motion, you can see the 6 of Keselowski tried to give him a shove coming off the corner, and that did not work at all. That sent the 24 down. He hit the 23. The 23 collected the 99. Both of those 2 took some pretty hard hits as well. But my goodness, you can see, the car took off after it was getting a bit of a push from the 23, and it tumbled 5 times over, and on the 5th time it went over, it landed on its lid. Probably a rough landing for William Byron in that machine. Brad Keselowski, the one that started this whole mess, he's going to be able to get away scot-free. However, the 99 of Suarez, the 24 of Byron, and the 23 of Wallace do not. As we see on the record is the 24 of William Byron. The red flag has been lifted. We are now back under the yellow conditions. As we see the choose cone here, Keselowski is going to choose the bottom lane with Noah Gragson as we got 3 Toyotas along the top side. Gonna be 5 laps to go here. Who can get it done? Who can make the playoffs? Let's go back racing! Down the back they go. Hendrick on the bottom lane. They're going to ditch Keselowski. Cindric is going to pick him up as the Toyotas now get stuck on the high side. Larson jumps out to the high side. He's trying to get back to the front. He's trying to lead a lap here at Talladega. Getting a push from the Fords on back behind him. Keselowski, he's going to try and go down low. He's going to get blocked by Larson. Coming off of turn number 4. Larson trying to control the lanes here. He blocks Cindric coming up high. Going down into 1, he's going to block Keselowski once again, trying to control these lanes as much as he can. He blocks eye on Cindric. He tries to block low. He doesn't do it. Big crash going into 3 and 4. Elliott's involved. McDowell's Cindric involved as well as they slide off the banking of turn 4. Michael McDowell's on pit road. Larson, Cindric, and Elliott all involved in a major crash in 3 and 4. Kyle Larson doing his best Ricky Stenhouse or Joey Logano impression, and this is what the effect is, collecting 4 cars in the melee, including his teammate and 2 other Fords. As we see here, going down the backstretch, he tried to block Cindric going up high, and then he tried to block Keselowski after he had a run, and you can see the impact. Oh, Elliott didn't even have anything to do with this. He was just trying to get on by, and I think Briscoe might have turned down on him trying to avoid. As you see going down the back here. Yeah, Larson tried to block Cindric, tried to block Keselowski, not enough. McDowell, wow, going underneath the 5 car. And yeah, it looks like Elliott definitely got hooked by the 14 as the 14 was trying to avoid. Cindric, once again, having a lot of good speed here today, involved in an incident. And we can see here, yeah, Briscoe, he was on the quarter panel of the 9, and yeah, he came down trying to avoid the 34 McDowell, and that absolutely destroyed the 9 car. But 6 cars involved in this incident, 2 of which are getting away scot-free, Keselowski and Briscoe. Keselowski, of course, no fault of his own. This is all Kyle Larson's doing, as a matter of fact, and Briscoe was the one taking out the other chase in this crash. But major damage to that 5 car. That scheme has got to be cursed for Kyle Larson. As the choose cone comes up right here, we got a lot of Fords, and Brad Keselowski surrounded by a ton of drivers that have not won yet this season. Only Josh Berry is the closest winner in his vicinity. As the green flag's back in the air, 2 laps to go here at Talladega. Alex Bowman, the lone Chevy out front, and he's gonna get ditched. SHR around the outside. They're trying to make something work. Off of 4, Gregson goes high, he's going to leave Keselowski, Logano through the middle, he's going to try and make his way into the playoffs with this win. Down the backstretch they go, Logano trying to control the lanes, Keselowski got picked up by the Toyotas. Through 3 and 4, the outside lane dies out, Logano trying to go all over the place, blocking high and low, Logano wins at Talladega!
We did it! Yeah! Yeah! Hell yeah, guys!
Joey Logano wins at Talladega, snapping his winless streak of 51 races. Can you believe it? Here's how he got it done. After Gregson jumped up to the high side to follow his teammates, Logano, with the help of Dillon and Stenhouse, went through the middle, past Keselowski. Keselowski was left out to dry. He got picked up by the Toyotas, and you can see they was blocking all over the place. Almost lost it to Denny Hamlin, but he made the move just too late, and you can see Briscoe in the back taking an absolute shot, as we see right here. Bam! Into the outside wall. Too much of a push from his teammate Ryan Preece, trying to get him out front. But as we see here, Logano winning the race by a fender. Barely made it through. And we see here one more time to the line. Joey Logano wins Talladega. Briscoe just making it out, and Logano burns it down on the front stretch at Talladega. This win definitely punches his ticket into the championship fight, as Chase Briscoe, he had to finish top 5 in order to make it into the playoffs. Ryan Blaney also had to finish in a certain position. He had to finish top 12 in order to make it into the playoffs. And of course, you can see Blaney just did not show up today, as we said earlier in the pre-race show, that he was not confident with his car. We can see William Byron DNF today after he barrel rolled down the backstretch. That put his title fight in jeopardy, as I'm pretty sure that after he was the first driver to officially DNF, that puts him out of the playoffs, and it was with a tiebreaker between him and Joey Logano, and Joey Logano was the one to get that to win that tiebreaker because of his must-win situation, and the fact that he won today is why he beats the tiebreaker between William Byron. So unfortunate news for William Byron fans, as he was leading the standings at one point in this season. As we see here, these are their playoff standings going into Bristol. We're going to open up the first round with Bristol and then end it at the Nebraska Roval. And then in round 2, we got Rockingham and Nashville to decide the Final Four. And then, of course, Homestead, Miami is where we decide the champion. It was a great regular season finale here today. Of course, 4 drivers will be eliminated at the end of the Roval, and then 4 more will be eliminated to see who will fight for a championship in season number 5. Everyone looking to fight for that trophy right there. 12 drivers have a shot at it. We'll see who will be the one to hold it. and will join those 4 drivers that you see on your screen. Well, you guys have already seen it. Bristol, Tennessee is where we're going to be heading out next. Going to have a guest commentator there as well, so be sure to look out for that. And we hope to see you all there. From Alabama to Tennessee, we'll see what happens. We'll see you all in Tennessee, Bristol.